Well, welcome to another video where I'm holding a bottle of champagne where I should be celebrating actually that we've now reached the 6 week mark, where 6 weeks ago I had my circumcision, and 6 weeks is the time that all surgeons, all doctors seem to quote that everything should be all healed and everything should be back to normal now, and should be back to your normal life, sexually, anything you really want to do. Is that the case though? This is the question which I was waiting for, certainly for a number of weeks now. For intents and purposes, it's pretty much, yeah, I think, to be honest with you, the recovery has gone well. I've certainly noticed over the last week or so, things have started to heal up a lot more. One of the things I mentioned in previous videos, certainly around sort of week four to five, I was getting bleeding where the frenulum was cut. That's now stopped, so that's no longer bleeding, and in that area the scar tissue is healing up quite nicely. There is a bump there. It's nothing to be concerned about. It's the scar. It's the incision line, incision line. What I'm going to start doing as of now is actually using bio oil. So I'll be using bio oil to put along the incision line around the scarring to hopefully reduce that. And I've heard that over a number of months or so, that's just start reducing it down, and that little bump where the scar is from the frenulum where it was removed will start reducing, and it should hopefully look a lot better over time. In terms of pain, no pain at all anymore. It's still sensitive. There's still sensitivity there. The glands hasn't fully desensitized yet. I know that's going to take a number of months or so, but I'm comfortable now walking around freely. I even went out for a run properly the other day where I ran 5k, which may not seem a long way, but if you asked me to do that 3 weeks ago, that would not have happened. Now, not gonna lie, it wasn't the most pleasurable experience, be it that I haven't run for a while now, for certainly 6 weeks. I haven't been out on the streets running properly, but it was more the sort of swelling was kind of rubbing against my shorts, and yeah, that was a little bit uncomfortable, but no pain, just a little bit uncomfortable, so that's fine. I'm sure if I wore tighter briefs or tighter boxer shorts, it would have been a lot less painful, a lot less uncomfortable. Erection side of things, again, cover that off. No pain there. It just feels tight. It's just a new tightness. I think that's the type of circumcision I had where the skin's actually a lot tighter than I thought it was. Initially, I thought it was more of a looser type of circumcision, but I looking at it more so and looking into it a little bit more, it seems to be more of a high cut and tight circumcision line, so the skin is very tight, and you know, when you're erect, it basically is no slack in the skin at all. In terms of other things, in terms of like sleeping, in terms of sleeping throughout the night, now the only issue I've had there is I've been sleeping now naked, and the reason being for that is to try and get more air to the underside, really, or where the frenulum is, because where you wear boxer shorts throughout the day, that part, your penis sort of sits on your scrotum, and there's a lot more moisture there, so the actual healing takes that a little bit longer. So I've been sleeping naked for the last about 2 weeks or so now. That's okay. The only thing I've found, and I don't know if anyone else has had this situation, is when you're sleeping on one side, obviously your penis sort of lays on the side and sort of lays on your leg. What happens there is obviously where the moisture is. When you try to roll over, it kind of pulls away, and you feel that sort of sensitivity movement there. That's the only thing, but it's not uncomfortable, and you know, it's something which I'm getting used to, and I believe the more and more I do this, the better it's going to get. So I'm fully happy with everything in that side of things. So yeah, I mean, in summary, really, 6 weeks done. This is the golden line where everybody thinks that everything is all okay, and yeah, to all intents and purposes, it is. But I'm fully aware that there is some swelling there. That is still there. It's not bad. It's not as bad as it was. It's kind of a best part way of describing it's like a ring underneath the glands, just underneath the incision line. There's also some bumps in there still as well. It feels like little peas underneath the foreskin, which around the veins where the veins were cut, and they use electric heaters, whatever it is, electrolysis or something, to cauterize, I think the word is, cauterize the veins to stop the bleeding, and I think that's what that is. And those lumps under the skin are where the veins are healing, and that's just going down on, certainly on a daily basis. I'm noticing that Joe's little lumps are actually going away. So yeah, so that's still there, that still remains. The swelling around the glands in that sort of like a circular area just underneath the incision line is still there and is going down. I know this part will take months to heal. In terms of sensitivity loss on the glands itself, yeah, I mean, we you know, apart from when you're walking around and you feel it rubbing against your clothes, there is that sensitivity. But to actually touch it yourself, I've noticed there's no sensitivity there. So I've been touching the head of the glands, and yeah, it's no sensitivity. But when I rub the head of the glands, you can feel it. You definitely can feel something. So full sensitivity has not been lost yet. Now I have read and I have had a lot of people mention to me about you're going to lose the full sensitivity sexually going forward now that you've not got a foreskin. At this stage I can't comment on that because I'm only 6 weeks into this post-operation, so I don't know whether or not that is the case and whether or how that's going to affect me in months to come. And I have heard other arguments saying that you lose sensitivity temporarily for 3 to 5 months, and then from later on it starts regaining sensitivity because of the nerve endings start reattaching. You start getting some form of sensitivity back. That's something I'm going to keep an eye on and keep monitoring, and I will go forward making videos on that as months go by to try and just sort of see how it happens to me. So if anyone else is confused or worried about losing sensitivity, I'll hopefully be able to give you a personalised, obviously personalised for myself, and whether or not I do lose that sensitivity going forward over a number of months coming, and whether I regain it as well. So hopefully that will you know, ease some people's minds if that is the case, or warn people if they're thinking about going down this procedure for a non-medical reason. As I have mentioned throughout the videos, this is a procedure I would not have done if it wasn't for a medical reason, although I do appreciate that the people have different views on this, and everybody's entitled to their own view and they have their own feelings about it, so that's down to personal opinion, to be honest with you. So yeah, so I'm going to wrap this video up to you know, before I waffle on too much more, but I will keep updating these videos over the coming weeks. So where I get to I think if I get to, you know, week 8, so 2 months, I'll give an update then on how things are going, and then we'll see how we'll go from there. But if you have any questions or comments you'd like to me to answer or reply to, or even do a video on, please do add them in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to answer all the comments, and I'll also try to do a video on anything which is raised, or key issues or bits and pieces people want to discuss further. So once again, thanks for watching. Gonna crack this open tonight for the six week celebration, and have a lovely weekend. Take it easy.